Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm laughing already. You can't make this stuff up. Any of it, it's impossible to do, but it's reality. So yes, post-market wrap-up, Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. How about this? So if you happen to catch the video blog that I did this morning, I explained to you that the setup for this market was not very good. We spent half the day today deeply in the negative with regard to this market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down about 300 points. NASDAQ, S&P 500 down under pressure, and then all of a sudden here comes the freaking cavalry. Despite the fact that we got some astonishing headlines, which I want to read to you. You're just going to love this stuff. But yeah, so not only did we erase all of the losses from earlier today, but we put on nice gains across the board. What did I tell you in my video this morning? The Federal Reserve, let's keep this a secret between you and I, okay? Don't tell anyone what I'm about to say. The Fed has a trading desk, and the louder, in my opinion, and I would believe in yours as well, the louder that the Federal Reserve says one thing, like for example, oh, we don't buy stocks. We have a trading desk, but we just look at it. We just play around it. We frolic around, do cartwheels, whatever they do over there, okay? Oh, they have that trading desk, but they don't buy the market. No. Are you serious? Look, how many times have I had to outline for you all that nothing is what it seems to be, honestly, and it's just the market is not real. The disconnect, the absolute disconnect between our free fall economy globally and world equity markets could not be greater. Actually, it's going to get much, much greater. I've shown everyone this movement for years. Stock market, economy, okay? This route that we've had lately in the market since January, actually that's not even true anymore because last month the S&P 500 and the Dow did finish positive. And I really do believe we're going to get a positive month here in June. This is probably going to play out to be astonishingly bullish moving forward. Pullbacks, corrections are bullish, okay? Period, the end. I don't know another way to put it. The easy money is not going to stop. How many of you actually believe the dog shit, wrapped up in cat shit, sprinkled with bird shit, that the Federal Reserve is trying to sell you? Do you actually think for a nanosecond, honestly, that the Fed is actually and seriously concerned about slowing the pace of inflation? How about no? They are going to continue to inflate faster, and we're going to see crisis after crisis and another crisis, expanding crises and prolonging of these things into oblivion, okay, so they can again throw more cash at it. Where do we get the cash? We don't have it. It's got to be created magically out of thin air. Honestly, it's out of control. So on the back of this market today, putting on nice gains across the board, did you watch crude oil? Crude oil, people, the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex, the lifeblood of this market, continues to march higher. WTI about $120 a barrel, going much higher. As a matter of fact, Goldman Sachs warned us today. We get a warning today from Goldman Sachs. Doesn't this sound familiar? I said in a recent video that crude oil was going to be in short order, $140 a barrel. You think I pulled that out of a hat? How about no? Because now Goldman Sachs just came out with the exact same number, $140 a barrel. Make it up. Can't make this stuff up either. Do you know that crude oil is up 50% this year alone? 50%? Yeah. Pretty astonishing. Anyway, Let's go look over at the debt market. The 10-year yield, a shade under 3%. The dollar reversed and did finish slightly lower. The comparative strength, some of you like relative strength. I'm talking about the dollar as compared to other currencies, okay, was slightly lower today. What else did we find out today? People, inflation continues to surge out of control, despite, again, the nonsense that the propaganda ministry is trying to sell you. Oh, we're peaking. It's going to get better. Oh, just wait. We promise it's going to get better for you. Meanwhile, they are sucking people dry faster and harder than ever. Again, look, you believe a word that comes out of a single one of these mainstream propaganda ministry outlets? A single word. No. All these people do is what they're told. And that means sit there, read a script, and shut up. They're not even allowed to think. Okay, me? I tell you like it is. I tell you exactly what's on my mind, right or wrong. I tell you what I think. No one tells me what to do, period, the end here. I am my own boss. And that is it. And I mean, nobody tells me what to do. Anyway, so let me just, before we do this, I got a few other things I want to talk to you about. Bitcoin back over 31,000. I mean, you want to talk about stuck in a range here. Gold and silver turnaround on the weaker dollar today, put on some gains. But, like I say all the time, people, nothing is real. We're living in a virtual fantasy land where there is no price discovery. The markets are managed. The Federal Reserve is buying the market, and they are going to continue to do so to foster a wealth transfer effect that's been in effect for years as they systematically exterminate an entire class of people, just like, Orkin or one of these bug companies. The middle class people, they're a means to an end, and they gotta go. Whatever wealth they have is being systematically and like a machine is being removed. As a matter of fact, we found out today that people of the middle class continue to borrow beyond their eyeballs and then some. This is a phenomenon that you and I knew was going to happen. Many, many, many months ago, I said, watch what's going to happen. As the middle class becomes extinct, you're going to see former members of the middle class continue to borrow and borrow just to maintain the illusion of a middle class existence. And all they are doing, and I hope this is not you, is assuring that they're going to be squeezed down to the lower tier of society so they can be made a slave to the system. That's all this is, okay? The creation of a two-tier society, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. Wake the freak up. Now, on the back of a nice rally here in the market, listen to some of these headlines. I already told you about Goldman Sachs warning that $140 barrel crude is coming. How about this one? Again, keep in mind, rally in the market. Okay, warning 1, Goldman Sachs. Warning 2, Bank of America. Are you ready for this? Home affordability has collapsed. Not is collapsing, has collapsed. And rents continue to skyrocket. People, do you realize that there are bidding wars? People, you can't even rent a place anymore without having to pay more than what they're asking for it. It's completely out of control. You think this is all by accident? Really? You still think that? No. If you follow this blog, all of this is as crystal clear to you as anyone else. So here we go. So Goldman Sachs warning, Bank of America, home affordability has collapsed. Now the World Bank, yet again, okay, has cut its global growth forecast. Imagine my shock here too. You can't imagine how surprised I am at this stuff. How about everything right now that you and I are seeing, and I mean everything, we knew was coming. Okay, we foretold it here. We have talked about it here. And again, I'm going to tell you, you think you've seen it all? Honestly, how about you haven't seen anything yet? Nothing, and I mean zero. The lies are going to get bigger. The propaganda more widespread. The distractions, the deflections, the look here, don't look over here. It's all a mechanism here. People are being strung along like they always are and led like sheep to the slaughter. And that's exactly what's going on here. But not you and me. You see, we understand clearly the mechanism that is going on. I understand, believe me, that it's sometimes hard to get your head around, even for me, because it's just almost too much. And this is the reason why, I have a meltdown here from time to time. I literally can't freaking take it. Honestly, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, and I am mentally freaking exhausted from everything. And this market is a big part of it. Maybe I need to take some time off or something. But you see, the reason why I don't is because all of you, I know how much you all, I don't want to say rely on this blog, and I rely on all of you, as you know that, and I try my hardest to give you the best information I possibly can. Am I right all the time? Absolutely not. But for the most part, I think I get it. I mean, people, look, with regard to oil and gas producers, we've destroyed this. Commodity ETFs taken off. Essentially, the only bad call I have made, and I think it has yet to play out, has been the financials and the banks. And I think that's just a waiting game. It's a waiting game. Financials, in my opinion, are going to turn around. Banks are going to turn around in a big way moving forward. And when they do, and I sincerely believe they will, you're going to see this market hit new record highs in short order once they turn around. Again, what did I tell you? We need a few pieces to fall together. We need the 10-year yield above 3. We're just a shade under 3 today. We need, I hate to say this, but for the market to move higher, crude oil itself has to also move higher, despite the fact that it's up 50 freaking % this year. 50, okay? And that's going to crush people even worse. Again, think about not only the products that are made with crude oil. Crude oil, it's how do things get to stores, okay? Everything requires this stuff. And with regard to the fake narrative here, people, how inflation's peaking, it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. And we heard from Janet Yellen today explain that inflation is going to persist. Not only was she wrong, she admitted it. What bothers me about the whole thing with Janet Yellen, why I keep talking about it, you and I mean literally from day one, I was out here screaming from rooftops, along with all of you, how this was the biggest piece of shit on the face of the earth, that it was a lie. There was no way that inflation was going to be transitory. It's baked in, it's permanent. Okay, until they finish destroying an entire class of people, inflation is going to get worse. By design. Again, the Fed's going out of its way to create more inflation. Again, by nudging that federal funds rate, keeping it below the actual, not even close to the actual rate of inflation. What does that do? It guarantees more inflation. And the nonsense about how the Fed's going to meaningfully shrink its balance sheet, who's buying? Number one. Number two, the Fed's balance sheet is it's bigger than the GDP of most countries on the freaking planet. Okay, it would take decades for them to do that, so it's all a lie. They're lying again, and no one is being held to account. Like I said, it drives me into my freaking mind. Anyway, what else? I was actually going to say something else, but I kind of got sidetracked. But look, the bottom line is, you understand what's happening here. I think better than anybody else. Realizing, forget about the stock market for a moment. Let's pretend that I don't even dabble in it, okay? We must be betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank. You have to understand that there is going to be a moment where the debt market is going to melt down, and I mean melt down on a massive scale. A massive sell-off is going to occur. Rates are going to spike. The stock market is going to be destroyed. And all that cash, again, doesn't grow money wings and fly away. It's going to simply move into suppressed assets, commodities across the board. And again, in my opinion, no one can change my mind on this, okay? Maybe I'm too damn stubborn, but I'm just telling you the way I see it, all right? You can have your opinion, but I think the market cap of cryptos is going to balloon. And it's going to all happen extremely rapidly. Any crash is always rapid. Why? Because everyone runs to the door at the same time. So what we have had here since January is clearly not a crash, considering, again, that last month the S&P 500 and the Dow had a positive month. Not much, but positive nonetheless. So anyone selling that narrative is trying to, again, sell you fear. They're trying to make you afraid. Instead of sitting back and maybe telling you, okay, how things actually are, all they want to do is get you to watch their video blogs. Me, I don't care if you watch or not. That's really the truth. I just want to keep people informed. If you find this video blog helpful, I'm going out of my way to try to help you. That's really the truth. But if you don't find this information useful, I don't know what to tell you. Find somewhere else to go. Anyway, look, I am going to end this video blog right now, seriously, and probably go take a nap. I'm actually, like I said, I'm like mentally wiped out. Love all of you. Please share the video. Please comment here. What do you think about the things I've spoken about? Sometimes, honestly, it might be worthwhile to watch these videos twice. I mean, they're free, so watch them twice. Go over these concepts. What does it mean for you? Honestly, how does this affect you? Everything I speak about. What action do you need to take? The bottom line is you need to take action. You can't sit back and do nothing like a deer in the headlights. I mean, there's a freight train that's coming straight at you, and a lot of people are getting mowed down by that freight train right now. And you can sidestep this thing if you can see it coming. And the way these mainstream propaganda bullshit ministries, are trying to distract you. Everything is great. We're all rich. Our economy is booming. That's what they do. And people are walking through time and space, I think, for the most part, not knowing what the hell is going on. You got to realize what actually is going on before you can do something about it. So take action. Love you a lot. See all of you in the morning. Please share the video. And, well, that's it.